Hey guys, welcome back to another developer showcase. In this video I'm going to be talking about my game Wrath of Anubis, which is a very special game for me, and I'll explain why. This was the first game I made in the Unity game engine while I was in university taking a game development course. Obviously throughout the course I had made a few prototypes before this, but this was the first like fully finished game that I made. And it's also probably one of the biggest games I've made in terms of scope. I spent about 3 months working on it. It's essentially a Call of Duty Zombies clone for all intents and purposes. You know, at that stage of my process, I was just trying to learn more about development than game design per se. So I didn't really focus on coming up with original game design. I just, you know, took a formula that worked and just try to put, you know, my own development spin on it. So this is the main menu. In hindsight, I think this main menu looks not so great, and there's a lot of things I wish I could do differently about it now. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of basic, isn't it? It's just kind of like meh. So I don't know. But I do have a ton of graphical options, gameplay options, different difficulties, field of view, sensitivity, all that. There's a page to show all the different controls in the game. Also a stats, because I thought it would be pretty cool and sort of add a little bit in terms of like progression to the game, where you kind of feel like, you know, you're tracking your stats in the game. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I have 2 maps in the game. The main map is called Desert Outpost, which, by the way, all of the 3D assets in this game were gone from like free asset stores and stuff like that. I didn't create any art or music for this game. Actually, I did get a friend to help me make some music because he's a sound designer, but besides that, everything else was through like, you know, unoriginal asset store stuff. And we have another map prototype, which is the original map I had in the game, where I used to build out the game mechanics before moving on to actually make like a real map. So let's get into the game, and I can show you a little bit of what it's all about. So in the game, it's very similar to Call of Duty Zombies. You have different areas that you have to buy doors to get through. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yikes. Let's start over. So when you load into the game, you're placed in this starting point in this desert outpost area. This is like the beginning area. I have guns on the walls, very similar to Call of Duty Zombies, but there's also different areas that you can buy, and then each area actually has a perk, and as well as other weapons in there. The perks are completely randomized in the sense that you don't know which perk is going to be at which of these altars. So, you know, each run you're going to get a different order of perks. Which can kind of be good and bad, you know, it's kind of roguelike in that sense. So if if the first perk you find is like one of the better ones, like increased damage, that could really set you up for, you know, going a long way. One of the things I'm really proud of in this game is how the gunplay feels. It's, you know, not spectacular or anything, but I spent a lot of time getting gun recoil working the way I wanted it to. That was actually one of the challenging things about this game, was the gun recoil, and essentially I achieved it through just adding a tiny amount of camera shake each time you fire a shot for the different weapons. And obviously I didn't want every weapon's recoil to feel the same, so there's certain guns that let's say like kick upwards more, and then certain guns that go a little bit more side to side with their recoil. So overall I thought that turned out really, really well. Alright guys, so what I've done now is I've used some developer cheats to give myself a ton of money just so I can better demonstrate the game. So, you know, you can go up to these walls and spend your money on guns. You know, it's pretty fun. There's also different types of enemies, so it's not just the regular zombies. You'll see different types starting at round 3. One of the things that I didn't do that I kind of wish I did was not add hand animations to the guns, like just to like your character, right? It's just like a floating gun. And because I don't have hand animations, I had to get creative with my reload. So I just did like a weapon spin for each weapon. I think it's pretty unique. It's you know, it's got some charm, I guess. But in hindsight, not hindsight, but I mean, you know, if I could do it again, I wish I would have put the time to add some hand animations. But you know, at the time, oh no, oh jeez, yikes. Well, let's start over. Okay, and we're back. Sorry, I had to restart and then do developer cheats again to get my money. So here we can look at the perks. This one, oh, increased damage. This is the one I was talking about. So if you get this one first, and it just like flies away, it's pretty cool. So you see in the bottom left now, I have a little picture that shows I have increased damage. I actually drew that myself. That was my first attempt at pixel art, which was pretty fun. I think when there's a lot of zombies on the screen, the game record gets a little laggy, but the game itself is not laggy. I don't know why the game record comes out that way. Oh well. Something else I wish I did differently is I wish I added some like some sway to the guns as you move around. You'll notice in a lot of modern first-person shooters like Battlefield and Call of Duty, when you like look around, there's just a little bit of like sway and dampening that happens with your rifle, or you know, whatever gun you have in your hand. You know, at the time it just didn't seem worth it to add, and it did seem pretty complicated to me, so I, you know, did not pursue that. I wish I did. Something I'm very proud of in this game is the spawning system that I created. Essentially, what I had noticed originally. Ooh, this is faster reloading, very useful. I'm also gonna buy this LMG because this LMG is awesome. I love the way this gun looks when you're firing it. I love how it shakes while you're shooting it. That's probably one of the finer details that I'm really proud of. But back to what I was talking about with the spawning system. I noticed when I had people playtest the game early on that they would just wait for all the zombies in the round to spawn, and then they would just train them. But that made the game too easy. So what I did was I added a roof to a ceiling to how many enemies could be alive at one time. And once that roof is hit, there's no more zombies that are going to be spawned until you start killing them off. So as you start killing them off, more will spawn. So this sort of makes it so you can't just get them all in one single file line and then start picking them off. Essentially, you always have to be looking over your shoulder and, you know, making sure you're not turning a corner into a zombie. So that definitely made the game more challenging, which I liked. Yeah, and it worked out pretty well. I'm really proud of this game. Honestly, this is probably the biggest game in scope that I've made, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Don't really have plans to revisit it or anything like that, but you know, it's just a fun little game. This is a really cool weapon. This is similar to like old wonder weapons you saw in Call of Duty Zombies. This is like a laser rifle. Boom, 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 boom. It's so cool. Oh, and this is like a max ammo power-up. Oh, you guys can see that quick reload perk in action there. Like, see how quick this reloads. These mummies, by the way, are another enemy type that I forgot to talk about. They move faster than regular zombies, so they come at you really quick, and they do quite a bit of damage, but their main threat is that if they hit you, they give you a slowness debuff. So if they hit you while you're, you know, in a dangerous spot, that slowness could be, you know, detrimental, and then it could end up, you know, just completely messing up your run, and then, you know, you get cornered or something. Okay, round 5. This is what I wanted to show you. This is another one of the enemy types. So this is kind of like mini bosses that I added to the game. They come every 5 rounds. And more of them come as it goes on. So like for round 5, it's just the 1. But, you know, round 10 there will be like 2, for example. 15 there will be 3. They take a ton of damage to kill. Luckily I have this wonder weapon, so probably it's just going to be a few shots. Yeah. Normally, if you have just a regular gun, it would take a lot of shots to kill them. This perk is just to carry through weapons at once. I'm not gonna bother getting that right now. I'm just gonna showcase some more of the guns while I'm talking about the game. This gun also feels really fun to use. I like the sound of it. Once you get the increased damage perk and the fast reload, it really starts to feel more arcadey, but in a really fun way, you know? Like, it's just quite fun to just start mowing down the zombies. Especially with this gun. This is a really fun gun to use. It's very fun. I don't know what else there is to say about it per se. The movement is really fast. I was kind of inspired by games like Quake and Carlson. Carlson's I think Steam only, so some of you may or may not be familiar with that game. But like Quake, for example, where you have, you know, crazy fast movement speed and like agility. So in this game, like, I feel like you're very fast, your character. And right now I'm playing at a field of view of 60. If you turn up the field of view, which I could show you guys, I usually like to play at like 75 or something. That's my personal preference. It just makes you feel even faster, which I love. So it feels like you're just like sprinting around killing zombies. Yeah, I find it pretty fun. Oopsies. There's also a melee in the game. Takes 3 hits to kill them at round 6, I guess. I don't remember the different like damage values and stuff anymore. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about the game. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you get a chance to play it for yourself. The game has a Windows version and a Mac version. It's a little bit graphically intensive to run, but I have you know, lower graphical settings for machines that can't run it very well at the higher settings. But I have listed minimum system requirements on the game page for anybody interested in playing it. It's a pretty simple game. I mean, this is really all there is to it, you know. There's not really much in the sense of progression once you know, between runs. But it can be quite fun to try to get like the highest run possible. Oops. And I'm playing on Nightmare difficulty right now, so my health doesn't regenerate, which makes it a little bit more intense. I'm just gonna start showcasing some of the different weapons, you know, got a sniper. Oopsies. Oh, God. This is what I'm talking about. There's also like a slide. So, oh no. So as you start killing them off, more of them are gonna spawn because of the spawning system I was talking about. So I have to look back to shoot, but then I also have to look forward to make sure I'm not running into another pack of zombies. And it looks like no more are spawning, so these are probably, oh no, there's still some coming. These are probably the last few in this round. Let me grab this shotgun, this is the best. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the game. It's completely free if you want to play it for yourself, as long as your PC is good enough to handle it. I would love it if you tried it out and let me know what you think. So, thanks for watching this dev showcase, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.